Hello and welcome to another one of Spitfire's commentaries. This time I'm on Wasteland using the TAR-21. Right, this game was a bit different for me. I'm trying out some new stuff, new kill streaks, new perks, etc. The TAR is a gun that I normally use as it's a particular favourite of mine, but I'm using Bling, which is a perk that I normally avoid at all costs, and also Ninja, which I've recently got Ninja Pro and kind of discovered how awesome it is, and I was encouraged to do that by some friends. And also I'm using different kill streaks. I've nearly always used 5, 7, 11, as I just think it's a good setup. 5's easy enough, and then if you get a double kill with the Predator you can usually get Harriers and then just wait around and your Harriers will get you to a chopper gun or AC-130. So I've kept the Predator and the Harriers, only this time I'm using an emergency airdrop instead of a chopper gun or an AC-130, which I've discovered is actually not as bad as I thought it was. There's a shame, I kind of wanted that to be a triple, but he had a riot shield, so obviously not. I'll talk about the kill streaks a bit more later. For the moment I'll talk about the guns I'm using. The TAR-21 I think is generally just an amazing gun. It's got good power, its recoil isn't too bad, though sometimes it can be a problem, but most of the time it's absolutely fine. I usually use it holographic or silenced, or here I'm using both. Holographic is better than the red dot sight, because the Mars sight, it's just too fat, you can't really see a lot of what's in front of you. And so holographic's just better, but with other guns I'd usually use the red dot sight on them, but yeah, because the TAR, it does turn into the Mars sight, I use holographic. Silencer is just a great attachment for any gun really. It's probably my personal favourite for pretty much every gun I use, and most of my classes have silencers. It just means that you can creep up behind the enemies and they don't know where you are, so because you don't appear as a red dot on their map, so it's good for flanking and stuff like that. And for the same reason, that's why I'm using Ninja, especially in Ninja Pro, because it means that not only can they not see you on their map, they can't hear you if they've got a headset or something, which by the way I've just recently got, and I'm loving it, because not only do I have a proper microphone now, as opposed to having to use the rubbish one on my laptop, I can also hear what the game should sound like, as I'm not hearing the game sound through my monitor, I'm hearing it through the headset, which is bringing a new lease of life to my gameplay, I've got to say. Anyway, back to the gun. It has brilliant power, so it's not going to take, I think at close range it's a 2-bullet kill, which is just ridiculous. Though I might be wrong in that, so feel free to correct me if you want. I'm playing safe here, by the way, because I'm on a 4-kill streak and just hoping to get that Predator, but unfortunately I think I'd die here. So yeah, I think that's the TAR pretty much sorted. I recently got mastery for it because I decided I would, because I like it so much. And yeah, I think that's about all there is to say. I'm also using, as you can see, the RPG, which I have only discovered in the last couple of days as being an absolutely brilliant secondary. A lot of people might frown upon this and say, what? And I know a lot of people that argue that if you want a grenade launcher, well, not a grenade launcher, a rocket launcher, the ATH-4 or whatever it's called, yeah, that one, is better because you can lock on stuff as well. But personally, I think the RPG does the job absolutely perfectly. You can take out numerous enemies in a confined space, which is great for this map as people tend to gather in the tunnels, and if you have Sleight of Hand Pro you can reload it very quickly, you can get lots of fire down on them very quickly, and it's just generally a good secondary. I find shotguns, I don't tend to use them, I tend to forget that I've got them, and just they stay, well, on my back for the whole of the game. But with an RPG I feel like I take down air support occasionally with it, and also yeah, it's good for using against personnel as well. So generally it's just a great secondary, and I'd thoroughly recommend trying using it. Right, let's talk about my kill streaks a bit more now. I've just called in an emergency airdrop, which, although I used to believe was pretty awful because you didn't get very good stuff every time, since I've actually started using it, I've realised that actually you get some pretty decent stuff every time. I haven't had one yet where I haven't had something as good as or better than a Predator, or a sentry gun as I got here, and a Predator. And because you get 4 of them, like sometimes you get really lucky and you get like Pablos and Harriers and things like that. But I mean, a lot of the time you get counter UAV, Predator, as I got here, and stuff like that. And it's just like useful stuff. Plus, if some of your teammates get the packages, you get quite a lot of XP for getting the share package thing. So yeah, I've started using that and I'm actually quite liking it, though I'll probably go back to Chopper Gunner soon. Right, well that's the game. I ended up 26 for 6, which is not a bad score. And it was actually a pretty fun game with firing RPGs into the tunnels and things like that. So and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. So please comment and subscribe, and I'll have more videos soon. Thank you.